Welcome to Automotive Electronics lecture series. In my previous lecture, I have completed chapter number 2. Now, in this lecture, we will start new chapter. The name of the chapter is the sensors and the actuator. And in this lecture, we will discuss about the sensors and actuator. Then we will start the different type of sensors. So in this lecture, we discuss about the airflow rate sensor, and next we discuss about the manifold absolute pressure sensor. So first of all, we understand what is sensor and what is actuator in automobile terms. So first we understand what is sensors. Sensors provide measurement of important plant variable in a format suitable for the digital microcontroller. So here the plant is nothing but our car. So the sensors, there are the different and many types of the sensors that are used in the automobile that provide the input information that are in the form that is suitable for the digital microcontroller. Then second one terms is the actuators. Actuators are electrically operated devices that regulate input to the plant that directly control its output. The actuator is generally used to control the output of the controller. Now we understand the operation of the actuator by help of one example. So one actuator that used in the car, that is the fuel injector. So the fuel injectors are electrically driven actuator that regulate the flow of fuel into the engine for engine control application. So by using the fuel injector, we can control the amount of the fuel that is entered inside the engine. So this is the one actuator. Now we discuss about the sensors. So we discuss about the different types of the sensor. So first one, we discuss here the block diagram of the issue. Here we can see there are the different sensors that provide the information to the engine controller and different actuator that operated by the engine controller. So the figure is a simple block diagram of a representative electronics engine control system, illustrating most of the relative sensors used for the engine control. So here we can see this is a TPS, that is the total position sensor, then mass airflow rate sensor. These different sensors provide the input to the controller. Now, first we discuss about the first one sensor is the airflow rate sensor. So now here we understand the importance of the airflow rate sensor. So the function of the airflow rate sensor is to measure the airflow rate, that means the mass of the airflow rate inside the throttle body, or we can say that airflow is the mass of the airflow enter in the engine. We can know by this sensor. So here this is the operation of the IC engine. Yellow color is indicate the air and fuel is entering inside the engine by the intake valve, and the gray color this indicate the exhaust gas that's leave the engine. And this yellow color one plate is, we can see this is the throttle plate, and the body that provide the air intake passage is known as the throttle body. So through the throttle body, the air is entered inside the engine. The sensor used to determine mass flow rate of the air is known as mass airflow sensor. The air mass detail are required in order to balance correct amount of fuel mass to the vehicle engine. So this is the importance of the air flow rate sensor. That means from the reading of the air flow rate sensor, the controller is give the signal to the injector, and that provide the exact amount of the fuel inside the engine. Now we discuss about the position of MAP sensor, that means MAF sensor. So from this figure we can understand the position of the mass air flow rate sensor. So it is placed inside the throttle body, in between the air cleaner. Air cleaner is nothing but the filter. From the air filter, that the air is entered inside the engine, and the throttle body that provides the passage to enter the air in the engine, and the intake air chamber. This is the. So the figure depicts the position of the airflow sensor. As shown, it is placed between the air cleaner and the throttle body directly in intake air stream. The mass airflow sensor, that means MAF sensor, convert the amount of the air available in the engine into the voltage signal. The information will help for following, that means it help. First one, how much fuel to inject in the engine and when to ignite the cylinder. So the information is provided by the MAP sensor is used to calculate, or we can say the how much fuel to inject inside the engine and when to ignition is done inside the cylinder. Now we discuss about the working of the MAP sensor. The hot wire type of MAP sensor is most common and most popular. Consists of thermistor, platinum, hot wire, and electronic control circuit. Thermistor measure incoming air temperature, and the hot wire is kept at constant temperature with respect to thermistor using electronic control circuit. When airflow increase, that means the rate of the airflow is increased, hot wire lost heat, and control circuit compensate this by increasing more current through the wire. At the same time, control circuit measure current flow and proportionality put out voltage signal. So this is the working of the MAP sensor. Now we discuss about the pressure measurement. So there are numerous potential applications for measurement of the pressure, like inside the engine, or we can say inside the car. So which are there? Generally we have to measure the pressure of the ambient air pressure, then intake manifold absolute pressure, then tire pressure, then oil pressure, then coolant system pressure, and transmission actuation pressure, and several other pressure. Information is very important to work engine. So now we discuss the important pressure measurement is the manifold absolute pressure sensor. So the function of this sensor is to measure the pressure of manifold. The manifold absolute pressure sensor provide the instantaneous manifold pressure information to the engine control system, that means ECU. The data is used to calculate air density and determine the engine air mass flow rate, which in turn determine the required fuel metering for optimum combustion and influence the advance or retreat of the ignition timing. Then we discuss about the types of the MAP sensor. So first one is the strain gauge MAP sensor. Figure show a simple strain gauge together with a bridge and amplifier circuit used to convert its change in the resistance into a voltage. So this is the arrangement of the strain gauge MAP sensor. The second strain gauge is fit on the device used under test. When a strain gauge is stretched, its resistance will increase, and when it compressed, its resistance is decreased. Figure show 4 resistors that are diffused into the silicon. The size and chemical component of the resistor is accurately controlled during the measurement process. Here, this figure indicates how the vacuum cavity permits the silicon sensing diaphragm to flex under the influence of pressure in the indication manifold. When the sensing diaphragm flexes, the physical size of the resistor R1 to R2 change, and this affects their electrical resistance. The bridge circuits shown in the figure represent the electrical circuit in the sensor. Under the influence of manifold pressure, the electrical resistance of R1 and R3 increase, and that of the R2 and R4 decrease by similarly amount. This alters the voltage level at the 2 input to the differential transformer and leads to sensor output voltage that is proportional to manifold absolute pressure. Here, this figure shows an idealized representation of sensor voltage against manifold absolute pressure, and it shows that a MAP sensor can be checked for accuracy of performance by conventional electrical test method. In this lecture, we have discussed about the sensors and actuator. That means we have discussed about the definition of the sensor and actuator. Then we have discussed about the airflow rate sensor, or next nothing but the mass airflow rate sensor. Then we have discussed about the manifold absolute pressure sensor that measure the pressure inside the manifold. So in this lecture we have discussed about these 2 sensors, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the other sensors. Thank you. Hello and welcome to our channel Electronics and Communication Engineering. Congratulations to find us for learning. You are watching a lecture session on automotive electronics that has approx 15 sessions and more are coming up. We have more than 1200 sessions in various lecture series on courses for electronics and communication engineering. Watch it and learn. If you like it, share it, subscribe it, and press bell icon to receive all updates on new session. Enjoy learning.